A former officer no longer faces charges.
Cold front coming in tonight will stir up a chilly north wind in the morning. We'll have the latest on that for you next.
In my 13 years of doing this, that was the most brutal scene that I have ever seen.
And a television series is being blamed for a murder in New Mexico. Details are coming up on the news at 6.
Now, the most watched news in the Panhandle. News Channel 10, News at 6.
Day 2 of the Dixon murder-for-hire retrial is now complete. News Channel 10's Shannon Smith has been in the courtroom since this retrial began and joins us now live from the Lubbock County Courthouse with the latest on the trial.
Walt, in front of a packed courthouse today, 7 witnesses testified before the jury, including Zach Johnson, the lead detective on the case. The jury was able to hear a recording of Johnson's initial interview with Dixon the day after Saulnier's murder. Johnson said when he showed up unannounced to Dixon's house for this interview in 2012, Dixon was very accommodating. In the recording, Dixon told Johnson regarding Saulnier, quote, "I don't know anything about him." When asked about Shatina, Dixon said they dated on and off and he, quote, loved that woman. Johnson explained in the recording that Dixon was one of many people they needed to check in with, saying, quote, "This is a huge whodunit for sure." And Dixon replied, saying, quote, "Well, I did not." Johnson confirmed that at no point during that initial conversation was David Shepard ever mentioned. News Channel 10 will continue to bring you coverage on this retrial as it goes on. For now, reporting live in Lubbock, Shannon Smith, News Channel 10.
The former Amarillo police officer accused of sexually assaulting a woman in June will not face charges. News Channel 10's Angelica Brown joins us now live in the studio to explain.
After deliberating for nearly 3 hours today, the Potter County Grand Jury no-billed former Amarillo police officer Micah Muir for official oppression and sexual assault. The 47th District Attorney Randall Sims could not give further details on evidence that was presented in the case, but says it was a difficult case for all parties involved. Muir responded to a home in northwest Amarillo in June. A 22-year-old woman who lived at the home later told the police department Muir sexually assaulted her. An internal investigation found he did engage in sexual act and he was fired per department policy. The APD is aware of the grand jury's decision and said they cannot comment on personnel issues within the department. Reporting live in the studio, Angelica Brown, News Channel 10.
Well, after a quick, cool blast of air tonight and in the morning, that nice fall weather we've been seeing returns. Chief Meteorologist Doppler Dave Oliver is live in the Storm Track Center with a closer look at that forecast. Hello, Dave.
Hi, well, tracking a front coming in tonight. That means most of the wind with the system will occur overnight tonight. Still be kind of breezy and chilly early. It's just not going to last very long. Today, gorgeous fall weather. Let's take a look outside at our satellite loop and for hundreds of miles around, clear skies galore for us. Temperatures are starting to come down after getting into the mid to upper 70s. Feels really nice outside. The wind is down. The front that I mentioned, though, is approaching. It's starting to move down through Colorado, move into the northern part of the area here within a couple of hours. Once again, the main impact will be a quick surge of chilly north wind first thing in the morning. But by tomorrow afternoon, that wind subsides. It'll be a nice day. Then we'll start to focus on some rain chances. We have some of that in the outlook as well. We'll talk about that coming up. Walt, back to you.
Thanks, Dave. And because of our recent rain, the burn ban in Randall County has been lifted, effective immediately. The Randall County Fire Department wants to remind residents, though, that they must comply with the state burning requirements. Residents are permitted to burn only allowable trash when winds are calm and when water or fire extinguishers are readily available. The burn ban will be reinstated if environmental conditions change and vegetation becomes easily ignitable. City officials say thousands of dollars have been taken from Darezette Volunteer Fire Department and their hospital district. News Channel 10's Kaylee Merchak is live in the News Center to tell us more about the investigation.
Mayor Sandy Woods and Hospital Board Vice President Mark Lobmeyer say Jimmy Wilmoth allegedly took about $300,000 from the city. Mayor Sandy Woods and Hospital Board Vice President Mark Lobmeyer say Jimmy Wilmoth allegedly took about $300,000 from the city. Wilmoth was the chief of the volunteer fire department and president of the hospital board. He's accused of being in possession of fire vehicles that were donated to the county. Woods says Wilmoth was asked to return the vehicles but never did. Wilmoth tells News Channel 10 he was asked to return the vehicles but never did because the fire department did not own them. He said they were donated. He says he has sold some of the trucks and the other ones in his possession are still for sale. All proceeds made from the sales will go to charity. Sheriff James Robertson requested an audit, which was performed by the Dawson Group. The audit found over $100,000 of funds spent may not have been used for business purposes.
The forensic auditor's findings of minus $145,000 in expenses with no legitimate business purpose and his call for more information has literally been put out to pasture. Our sheriff has the power to reopen and complete the audit. Why not?
Lohmeyer believes if the funds were proven to be used for personal reasons, they should be paid back.
If it's like having a petty cash account. If I don't have a receipt for the money I take out of petty cash, then I owe that money back. Until we see receipts that actually account for this $100,000 of missing funds, then someone owes that.
With a lack of valid receipts, it could not be proven that these funds were or were not used for business purposes. 4 audits have been performed, but due to a lack of proper documentation and records, finding fraud is not possible. Reporting live in the News Center, Kaylee Merchak, News Channel 10.
An armed thief is still on the loose after robbing a man using a popular Facebook page. According to police, the victim used a local buy, sell, and trade page to try and purchase a phone yesterday evening. After exchanging words, the suspect demanded money and the man's personal phone while pointing a gun at the victim. No arrests have been made at this time. Police are searching for 3 suspects in a local robbery and are asking for your help. 2 women attempted to rob V&M Discount at 1000 Southwest 10th Street on October 10th. Here are the photos of the 2 of the 3 suspects. Now, if you have any information about either of these crimes, you can call Amarillo Crime Stoppers at 374-4400. Any anonymous tip could be rewarded with up to $1,000 in reward money. A Clarendon woman has been found guilty of intoxicated manslaughter. Gina Cannon was traveling at a high rate of speed on Highway 287 through Clarendon last June. She rear-ended an elderly couple, sending a motorist to the hospital. That motorist later died of his injuries. Cannon was sentenced to 12 years in prison and has to pay a $10,000 fine. After being in the hospital for over a month, Amarillo police officer Justin Sherlin has been released. You'll probably remember he was in a major accident last month. Although he has been released, he will continue to receive physical and occupational therapy over the course of the next several months. The Sherlin family would like to thank the Panhandle for their endless thoughts and prayers for his health and well-being. A group that helps local children in need is now expanding, and a change in a man's delivery route ultimately saves a person's life. We'll explain when the News at 6 continues.
About to turn a little blustery, but only for a little while. We still have some nice fall weather and some rain chances ahead. More on that up next.